How about it, Mr. Lane? Ready to give me the door code?
Certain.
Guilty?
I've been...
Mr. Lane, this rob...
As I...
So you'd be...
That's right.
I hate to say that.
So...
Guilty by way of nail clippers.
Sheer fantasy. What possible motivation could I have to sabotage the alarm? Ugh, keep that.
How about it, Mr. Lane?
Sir,
Guilty?
I've been...
The poster looked old. I wondered how many... I didn't think there was any... It was clear that only... I still needed to figure out the code to that... I wondered if there was anything out here I could use to put the heat on... Would you like a squirt of this?
Are you suggest...
No. Do you recognize these?
They are nail clippers.
Excuse me.
Monsieur?
There's just been... Did you see any... Oh, that must have...
You...
Can you...
Yes.
No wonder. The gallery...
Can we add... He spent...
What do you know... What do you know...
He sleep... After... If you...
The check. This could... I did... He was... Thank you...
Perhaps...
Hi, it's me again.
You assume, monsieur, that it was...
So... Anything else? So...
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. How about it, Mr. Guilty?
I've...
Take a look at this. It... You... But you... Tell you... A motive...
You...
Just do it.
But I had...
I had the code. What was that? Damn.
I am Inspector Navet of the Paris Serious Crime Squad, and I hereby declare this crime scene open. Closed. Now, Nobody move, especially you on the floor. Mo, I want a total lockdown. Nobody in or out. Apart from me, of course.
I needed to get back into the gallery, but a familiar figure was guarding the door. It was Sergeant Mu. It was an office. The room was... The body was still... Sergeant Mu...
I know, but... And... It is...
No. I witnessed... I saw...
I...
Who is it? He's...
Madame, he is about
So...
blood.
I...
Tut. He is not to be disturbed. He is a... Any moment. I said...
I chased... So... And to... Have you...
Madame Collard, I do not see what soccer players have to do with this.
No, he... This was... Why are you...
Navet is a genius in his field, and he assumes that we all have his energy and vigor.
Oh...
Jean...
What?
My...
That ins...
I am on duty.
Here's my pre...
And all...
Thanks. Hi, Georges. I'm... So... Ronnie?
Bye.
This could be the scoop I'd been...
Madame,
Then why are you standing here?
and the lattes, macchiato.
I see your point.
Is this what we...
Isn't it?
No, madame.
Vive la révolution.
And do you know what drove us on as we fought? What fueled the streets of Paris in that glorious spring? What made our hearts soar?
Cheap wine and free sex?
No, madame.
So that's why you closed?
Yes, madame. I serve only thinkers, philosophers, revolutionaries. And you, madame, with your polite top and your pointy heels, are none of those things.
This is a cafe.
Yes, to the right people.
On any other day, I would have given this guy a straight one to the... But... Here's my press card.
La liberté. You must
Well,
La Libet.
At the height. It was... I know now. You are...
the waiter watched over his tables with barely disguise. An intricate stained glass window, irresistible to any... Salut!
Bonjour, madame.
I...
Then... No.
You know, if you...
I
That incident...
don't want... All I can say... I am on...
Mood. Thanks. Salut.
Bonjour,
Mood. I remembered something,
Then you should tell...
so I can...
No.
Great. Thanks again for your help. The pissoir was decorative and unpleasant. It was an office. I wasn't going to leave without comparing notes with Georges. I had no intention of leaving the scene of the crime. I didn't want to call Georges again. I had nothing new to talk about. I still had nothing new. I had no intention of leaving the scene of the crime. It was the pissoir. Salut.
Bonjour, madame.
You know, if you...
Madame. I will...
Do you want to see my photo of the...
Il ne...
That incident...
I don't want... All I can say... I am on duty.
I remembered something,
Then you should...
so I...
No.
Do you want to see my photo?
Il ne...
Moo wouldn't be interested. Great. As always, Paris looked beautiful. I had no... That wouldn't happen. Monsieur,
The road to enlightenment is
could we have a...
any...
Did you see any...
I saw.
That's true. He stole a painting and shot the gallery owner.
How close we are to death.
Hmm.
Are you...
As a... How about some coffee?
For you, madame? Of course. There is only... One moment. Here is your coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur. The coffee was hot and strong. Could you make me...
For a fellow revolutionary? Of course, madame. One moment. Here's your takeaway coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur. The waiter didn't... Salut!
Bonjour, madame.
Sergeant Moo, I brought...
Coffee? But wait.
I'm sure.
I-
So,
It is a...
I'm
Well,
pleased to...
I was... one... So... When I...
But how...
Well... And...
You are...
You think so?
But of course...
Well...
Ah!
Yes.
And by...
Hmm.
And
She is?
she...
I suppose...
Bravo!
Oh dear. Oh dear. Excuse me, madame. I must use the petit gendarme's room. It has gone...
Oh. I distracted Moo.
How did you get past Sergeant Moo? Well, you won't fool me so easily, madame. I shall question you later.
Nico, am I glad to see you.
So,
The inspector...
I'll see what... Inspector Nave, do you have a moment?
My time is of the essence. Be quick now.
I suppose this is quite a
It is a...
short...
Please. The victim... Consider...
Don't you find it...
Life is... I prefer...
Did you see the alarm?
I have in... I pre...
Don't you think the...
The forest... Do not...
Why don't you check...
Madame...
But this...
Correction, madame. Unless...
The only... What do you think about the American, Jean?
He...
Could you give me a statement, Inspector?
Now is not the time, madame.
Thanks, Inspector. I'll let you know if I remember anything else. If I was going to distract Navet and the bloodier... Inspector!
Yes?
Thanks, Inspector. If I was going to distract Navet, I needed to unearth new evidence or concoct some. And the bloodier, the better. Are you Hector Lane?
Enchanté.
I'm...
Ah,
What can you tell?
it was called La Maledictio, an unknown work that only recently surfaced.
Who was...
He was...
What can you tell me?
Oh,
Have you...
the...
What can you tell?
He... What?
Tell me...
Not...
I'm so...
Not...
Did you know...
I sup...
Here's my press card.
And there...
Thanks for you. I wasn't going to get anything useful from Lane. The gallery was already a mess. I didn't feel like tearing the poster down. Excuse me, Are you...
It's a...
Could I...
What kind?
I'm a...
I...
What do you...
The painter was El Serp, the serpent, don't you see?
Eve?
I want...
Well,
Really?
that was... Did you see anything that might help identify the killer?
The devil takes many forms, child.
Any...
I am so...
What do you know about...
An innocent... If he was peddling such blasphemous words...
What can you tell me about the painting? How can I...
by killing all who come into contact with it.
Does that mean we're next?
Laugh.
Do you know anything about the painter, El Serp?
He was a purveyor of blasphemy, a servant of the Antichrist.
How can you know that? Father Sim... This is my press card. As I said, I work for La Liberté.
Good. Be sure to warn your readers that this painting is evil.
Thank you for your time. The priest had nothing useful to offer.
Josh? Yeah, Nico.
So what?
I'm
So?
super...
What if I...
You do...
That's a deal, Josh. Somehow, I had to get the inspector away from the office door. Nice, bro. It was the alarm for the paint. A CCTV camera watched over the room. I'd never met. I liked it, but not in. The painting was nice use of color. The bust was striking. It was a very attractive piece. I couldn't use this painting to distract Inspector Nave, not without getting into more trouble anyway. I liked it. If it hadn't been for the body, I would have enjoyed looking at the paintings. Inspector!
Yes?
Do you really think this is a cut-and-dried case?
En effet, cut, dried, sealed, and delivered.
Do you know anything about La Maledictio?
It is a painting. It was stolen. Point?
Are you certain you don't want to investigate the alarm?
Unless you can show me new evidence, then please leave me to my work.
So you don't think the CCTV footage is useful?
I prefer a more visceral approach to the crime scene.
So you think Georges is a suspect?
As I said, I am not often wrong about such things, but I have already said too much.
Are you sure you don't want to say anything?
Please, keep your lips.
Thanks, Inspector. I'll let you know if I remember anything else. If I was going to distract Nave, I needed to unearth new evidence or concoct some. And the bloodier, the better. I still had nothing. I still had nothing new to tell. Getting in had not been easy. I needed to stay to pursue the investigation. I couldn't leave. Nice use of color. I liked it, but not enough. Nice price tag. I couldn't use this painting to distract Inspector Nave, not without getting into more trouble. If it hadn't been for the body, I would have enjoyed looking at the paintings. The tomato sauce had splattered on the floor. I spread some of this sauce around with my... It looked as if I was going to the tomato sauce. The stain was a real mess. I I decided to wait for a better time before phoning. It was a very attractive piece. At least now the place. Monsieur Lane?
My dear.
Could you tell me more?
If you...
Anything?
No. The priest is a lunatic. La Maledicte... I'm afraid not.
Do you have any idea who might have tampered with the alarm?
No,
Did I show?
you did.
Thanks for your... Lane had nothing to offer. I had smeared the stain. It might just pass for blood, but something still wasn't right. Poor guy. I couldn't leave. Not until I... Georges,
Yeah, Nico.
you said...
And you...
Georges was in pretty good shape. I hadn't seen him in a while. I still had... Georges said that... Nice use of color. Father,
Yes, my child.
what do you think about that stain?
Is that blood?
I think it's just sauce. I wonder if there's a mop anywhere.
We are facing death and divine retribution. This is no time for tidying up.
Father Simeon wasn't making much sense. I guess you don't know who the artist was.
I have no idea, but I do know he was playing with fire.
So
No,
So you really didn't...
No.
Do you know anything else about...
only that we...
So why...
There are some...
I guess you don't...
I have no...
Thank you for your time, Father. The priest didn't appear to know anything. I was going to... That wasn't worth trying. Inspector,
Yes?
have you seen that stain on the floor by the door? What do you think it is?
I don't have time to waste discussing domestic hygiene. Please, leave me to my work.
Do you really think this is a cut-and-dried case?
En effet, cut, dried, sealed, and delivered. It is a painting. It was stolen. Point?
Are you certain?
Unless...
So you don't think... Why are you suspicious of Georges?
Madame, I am not at liberty to discuss my sources.
Thanks in... Monsieur Lane?
My dear.
So... Good. So,
No.
can you think of anything else about Henri that might be...
No, my dear.
So you didn't see anything that might help identify...
I'm afraid...
Thanks for your help, Monsieur Lane. Lane had nothing to offer. Georges, you said...
And
Inspector,
Yes?
do you... Are you... Why? I really think...
I told you.
Thanks, Inspector. No way was I going to clean that. I scraped up the chewing gum with... The tomato sauce looked as close to blood. Inspector!
Yes?
Have you seen the stain on the floor over there? It looks like blood.
Indeed. I must invest. Interesting. Maybe it is time to employ the machine.
Okay, Georges.
I was sure the inspector hadn't seen me slip away, but I needed to be quick. The statue was up close. I didn't feel the need to... The lighter was correct. I decided to leave. I didn't need a business. I didn't want to carry the... The reel of tape was no use to me. It was the paper Nico lived for. Carrying an ink pot, the ink would have stained my... There was nothing else in the drawer. The folder looked interesting. It was a complete... Henri had gone behind. I'd never... I had no reason to search the desk again. The CCTV system was ancient. It took in... It looked like... I needed to find a 4-digit number. Henri's notice. The poster headlined by... Henri had the engine capacity. The street was quiet. A pair of evil eyes. It was a hook. Henri sure liked. The frame containing pressed flowers. Henri sure had his quirks. Bingo. I rewound the tape to before the robbery. This was the first interesting frame. It was Henri. Nico and I were taking a look. Funny? A good view of La Malade. There was. The killer caught in the act. The moment it all went horribly wrong. The killer making his getaway. The painting was gone. There I was, taking a look at... I hadn't thought about that. That was the last... I realized... That was the most recent image. That was almost a great idea. Nope. That was the most recent image. It wasn't the best. Now wasn't. Now. That. I realized I might have missed. It was a small keypad. Whoever was wearing that helmet was going to pay for what he did. Poor Henri. The image was a little... I thought about what... There was This frame caught the moment the killer took the paint. The CCTV had caught the... He knew it. It seemed that when that shot must have been before anyone... Was Henri studying that picture, or did he... There was... That was the earliest shot with any... That was the earliest shot with anything interesting on it. Poor Henri. There was some writing on the front of his helmet, but I couldn't quite make it out. The alarm should have sounded when the killer took the painting, but it had been sabotaged. I wondered who, or perhaps... The most striking... That was the earliest shot with anything interesting on it. The most striking aspect of the painting was a snake eating its own tail. The most striking... Poor Henri. Why hadn't Henri backed down when the... If that was me... The most striking... The writing was just... The alarm should have... Whoever was wearing that helmet was going to pay for what he did. A logo on the front of his helmet read Waterloo. That could... The alarm should have sounded. I had no reason to search the desk again. It was a statue of Henri bearing almost a strategically... It was a statue of Henri. The sofa had clearly taken some punishment. It was hard to tell. The trinkets... The telephone was an... A naked lady stared at me seductively. Henri may have been... It would have been stupid. Besides, I knew it'd be wrong to leave the room without checking it thoroughly. The street was quiet. The street was quiet. I had no reason to... The pipe was pretty... I didn't want to go back into the... It was a pretty flamboyant... It didn't look like there was anything... It didn't look like there was anything... The calendar looked like a... Henri had... Poor guy hadn't quite... That wouldn't make any sense.
Hello,
It's George.
didn't I... Goodbye. Hello, Vera Secure.
It's George again.
Didn't I tell you... Goodbye.
Mr. Rickenbacker? I found...
And?
I...
You're...
It would have been stupid. Besides, I didn't want to go back into the... It was a statue of Henri. The street was quiet. I didn't imagine Henri may have been. The frame contained. Thankfully, very interesting. The secret compartment. I wasn't going to open the safe without the key. I had no reason. The secret It was a statue. The street was quiet. The street was quiet. In the trash can.
Monsieur, sir, you have snuck in here, and now you are tampering with my evidence.
I'm just looking for the name of the caterer. That cheese was to die for.
Ah, to die for? To kill for. I put it to you, Monsieur
Stobart. George Stobart.
I put it to you that you came here in search of cheese and killed the owner in a fromage-induced frenzy.
Well, no. I'm from Paris Mutual. We insured the exhibition.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
Time will tell, monsieur.
Truth.
Who dare?
He who... The guy...
Me?
Of course.
That...
Oh. Do you know anything about...
No.
It's very...
Monsieur...
Yeah, Gala.
Of course. I think perhaps you are wanting to be like that Starsky and Butch, monsieur. No? Rolling around on top of fast cars with beautiful ladies, firing your gun.
Interesting idea, Inspector, but not really my style.
Indeed. Well, let me tell you something, monsieur.
I had some value, but before... Hey, Nico.
Sure.
I am pleased to announce that I have finished my preliminary investigation. This is now an official crime scene, and you must all go. I shall be questioning all of you again in the coming days. Nobody... Moo?
Yes, Inspector.
Let them out.
Right away.
Nice work in there, Nico. Whatever you did, it worked.
I just made a tiny distraction, and Nave bought it.
I think Nave would buy anything if it had blood on it. You know, this...
Go.
Great. Let me know what you find. Well, the priest thinks La Malediccio is evil. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah?
it's good to see.
Great to see you too, Nico. I watched her walk away. The sound of traffic. The address led me to a dead-end alley at the end of a deadbeat mall. No wonder I'd never heard of Vera's security.